go, half strip like in the candy with style. It's about to get wild. Let the ratings roll. Yeah, let the truth unfold. Las Vegas in our veins, like a story told. People went through the speakers, shaking up your soul. Yeah, we Lunatik real. Always on the road. From the strip like some insights, navigate the night. Truth in every state, painted pictures so right. Woo! With a brand new secret. Yo, no, listen to the soul star. Pull your orb in that you can't ignore. The heart of Vegas need. The words you can't ignore. Let the ratings roll. Yeah, let the truth unfold. Las Vegas in our veins, like a story told. Yeah, people went through the speakers, shaking up your soul. The Lunatic Radio Show, always on the road. Skyline to the desert, feel the rhythm of the beat. We're setting in the stage, making history in the heat. Voices rise and fall in a city that never sleeps. Yeah, the radio show keeps spinning. The secret Vegas keeps on. Let the ratings roll. Let the truth unfold. Las Vegas in our veins, like a story told. Yeah, keep moving through the speakers, shaking up your soul. The Lunatic Radio Show, always on the road. The city like splash me, right to the biggest night news on the radio. About to hit another high, everything you wanna know. With the scoop, make it fast. To facts tight, gotta make this moment last. We bring and go, half strip like in the candy with style. It's about to get wild. Let the ratings roll. Yeah, let the truth unfold. Las Vegas in our veins, like a story told. People went through the speakers, shaking up your soul. Yeah, we Lunatic real. Always on the road. From the strip like some insights, navigate the night. Truth in every state, painted pictures so right. Woo! With a brand new secret. Yo, no, listen to the soul star. Pull your orb in that you can't ignore. The heart of Vegas need. The words you can't ignore. Let the ratings roll. Yeah, let the truth unfold. Las Vegas in our veins, like a story told. Yeah, people went through the speakers, shaking up your soul. The Lunatic Radio Show, always on the road. Skyline to the desert, feel the rhythm of the beat. We're setting in the stage, making history in the heat. Voices rise and fall in a city that never sleeps. Yeah, the radio show keeps spinning. The secret Vegas keeps on. Let the ratings roll. Let the truth unfold. Las Vegas in our veins, like a story told. Yeah, keep moving through the speakers, shaking up your soul. The Lunatic Radio Show, always on the road. The city like splash me, right to the biggest night news on the radio. About to hit another high, everything you wanna know. With the scoop, make it fast. To facts tight, gotta make this moment last. We bring and go, half strip like in the candy with style. It's about to get wild. Let the ratings roll. Yeah, let the truth unfold. Las Vegas in our veins, like a story told.
Rise, my nation. Gather around and prepare. Our pride will be restored. Our shadow will fall with wicked damnation. Rise, my nation. Rise.
What it is, Raider Nation. Welcome to another episode of the Lunatic Raider Show with yours truly, Lunatic Raider, man. Yes, indeed. Today we just gonna talk everything Raiders. What do the Raiders do next? What's next for our Raiders, man? We're gonna get into it. Shout out to everybody that's pulling up. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for being here. Yes, indeed. TikTok in the building. I see y'all. Yes, indeed. Let me move this on over here, man, because I can't see what the hell going on. All right. Yeah, but they have the you know what? We're gonna watch this. I'm gonna bring, let me see. Can I bring this up real quick? Let me bring this up. This little interview yesterday that the Raiders had on their website, man. Not website, but on their YouTube channel with Geno Smith was very, very, very telling. And I like all the signs coming out from Geno Smith as far as his approach to the team and what he's gonna do. And I did not know that JPJ and Geno Smith were already working out, bruh. They were working out in Florida. When I heard that, I was like, "Are you serious?" So they're getting a jump start on it for real, for real. They're trying to get to it, y'all. Let me get to this real quick, man. I thought it was very interesting. Nice little short little interview. If I can find it again, hold on real quick, y'all. Give me one momento. Shout out to everybody out there, man. I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna get into the chat in just a moment. Just give me a hot second. Shout out to everybody out there. I see y'all, man. You know what I mean? I had to do another streaming service, bruh, because I still got issues with EV-Mux. So right now I'm back on StreamYard. Temporary. It's temporary, so don't even trip. Dang, I can't find it. Let me find it, man. I gotta find it. Give me 1 second, man. Let me find this real quick. I should have had it all ready to go, man, but I had to do this at the last minute. I've been emailing back and forth with the other streaming company. They trying to tell me what could be wrong. Check all these. All that checks out. Ain't no issue. I ain't got a VPN on here, so it's not keeping the servers from working. I don't know what the hell's going on with their shit, man. Here I leave StreamYard to go to EV-Mux thinking, okay, it's cheaper and I can get more, you know what I mean? More bang for my buck. At the end of the day, you get what you pay for. Go figure. I know they better refund me my money. God dang it. Shout out. Let's get into the chat, man. We're getting to this. Mike G in the building, man. Salute to you, man. Hope everything is well. My 2 cents is in the building. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are actively in here, man. Eagle Terrier 207 in the building. Let me see what else we got up in here. Lost City, we in the building, man. What it is. Salute to you. Eugene Powell right in the kisser, man. D Nice, I ain't even loaded up your intro, bruh. Every time you come up on here, you already know, man. I didn't. God dang it. See, I didn't even have all this shit ready. I had to just do this at the last minute. Hold on, let me see if I can dangle some shit, man. I gotta get back used to this damn StreamYard shit. I've been missing, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. I've been missing. But it's gonna be all right. Man. Hold on. Let me get all this shit right, man. Dang, dude. Yeah, man, I'm a little slow with it today. Y'all bear with me. We'll be better tomorrow. I promise we will be better tomorrow. Once I get these, hold on, this is, oh, that's why, because I'm in a whole nother file. Shit. Let me get in here real quick, man. Timer promo. Video. I don't know if I got that. Nope, that's not it. Yeah, bro, it's all bad now. I should have put all that in a different file, and I didn't. All right, man. You know what? Maybe if I move your ass over here, I got all these damn screens open. Bam. Okay, we'll go with you there. StreamYard can go there, and Instagram could go there. All right, let's rock and roll, baby. Oh man, I didn't want to put that shit there. Oh, dighead. Put this over here. Oh no, I didn't want to bring that over here neither, but I could do it. I could do it that way, huh? Hold on. I got both of them. I got two of them open. Oh no. I see what I got going. All right, y'all, hold on real quick. I'm trying to find a video. But yeah, is that it? No, that's the press conference, not the press conference. I need the one-on-one. Maybe if I would have just had all this shit ready, bruh. God dang. Damn, Tick, what's wrong with you? Hey, man, don't be yelling at me, fool. Oh, no. We're not doing no ass, buddy. All right, I found it. We're going to go live in a minute with it. Give me one momento. I didn't, oh man, continue to play. I just want to mute it. But this was a very damn good, okay, here we go. Let me share screen. I could have put you over there, man. What the hell am I doing? Shit, let's do it that way then. Let's do it. As I arrange this shit around, boom. This one here is my, okay. Now let's share screen. Where's my share screen? Where are you at? Let me see. Share screen. I gotta find what the hell is come on, bro. I need you know what? Oh, there I go. We want the volume on. Boom, got it. I got so much shit open, bro. It's tripping. Maybe if I take this off of this screen. Hold on, y'all. I'm getting it together. Forgive me. Please forgive me, for I have sinned. Oh shit. Bam, if we go this way. Okay. Here we are. Tick is in the building, man. Let me get to the chat, man, before we get into it, man. Let me get back to y'all. All right. Billy Davis in the building, man. I see you, my brother. Hope all is well. Gotta catch up with y'all now. Tamar Gaither in the building, man. Salute. Raider gang for life. That's right. My 2 cents in the building. Hey, it ain't gonna be no. There it is. I ain't even loaded that shit up, bro. That's, man, punk ass Evie Mux, man. Man, that's what I get, bro. I ain't gonna lie. You always get what you pay for. The Church of Al Davis, salute with the rag. I can bust out the old one though. Y'all want the old Raiders, even though he ain't the coach no more? You feel me? Where you at? Hey, for old time's sake, man, we'll bust it out for him one time. Let's go. Shout out to AP, man. I hope you find a job soon, bro. You know what I mean? Life is life, man. You gotta keep it moving. All right, man. Let's go get into it. I'm gonna play this. Very telling as far as what Geno Smith was saying. It just lets you into him as far as Paul's not into him that way. Lets you into him as far as what kind of person he is, what kind of quarterback he is, and what we as Raider Nation can expect with him at at the forefront of being. Okay, let's do this shit. All right, man. So let's go, man. Hopefully this shit loud enough. Hold on, let me turn that down. Let me play it. Is you playing? Is you playing with yourself? See, I got all these damn screens open, bro. I knew this was gonna happen. Hot damn it. Hot damn hole, here we go again. Oh, because of the... Because I got TikTok open too. Okay. Well, we just gonna have to fight this fight that we fight when we fight it. Oh, I never switched it back to Ethernet, did I? Shit. Hold on, y'all. we got bam. Let me see if this work. It's trying to load. I got all this shit, bro. We're gonna be good. Just give me a minute. Give me a minute, man. God dang it. Shit. I should have had all this ready, man. But I thought I was gonna be able to fix it with what the email told me from the other company. And nope, it didn't work. All right, so that's Ethernet. We'll take that off. Move you out the way. I think I just got too much shit open. I got like 4 or 5 screens open. Shout out to everybody out there. Desert Raider, man, I see you, man. He said 1 hour later. I start at 3 and it's 3:20. You know what? This motherfucker ain't gonna play unless I shut something down, bro. Hey, shout out to TikTok. It was nice, man, but y'all making my shit run slow. I tried it. All right. TikTok is finito. Finito Venezuela. All right. So that's done. Let's see if this helps out a little bit. And fuck it. While we at it, Instagram. Sorry for ya. Damn. All right. Let's see if this shit rocks and rolls, man. Damn, is it my fucking punk ass internet? Anyway, let's talk about the Raiders, man. While this is loading. So yeah, Geno Smith made a lot of good points yesterday when he had his one-on-one on their podcast, letting it be known that him and JPJ they reached out to each other, talked to each other, and then JPJ flew out to Florida to work with Geno Smith. And I thought that was very telling, that he's starting to get a connection already with his center. So what this tells me, and I know there's a lot of things that we're trying to figure out the competition on the line. JPJ is the center. That's all. That's what it is. That's what it is. So what the Raiders is going to do, Meredith we bring back. So we know Meredith is at the guard position. We know about DJ Glaze being at the right tackle, but possibility of competing at other positions as well. Colton Miller, we know where his mainstay will be. So pretty much on this offensive line, and there's a move you can do 2 different positions that can flip-flop. You can go out there and find you a guard, unless Kappa goes back to the Kappa of the Tampa Bay Buccaneer version of him, and he gets that starting job at that guard spot too. I think Kappa can do it, because even though everybody shitted on Kappa with his rankings, he wasn't good in pass protection. And that was at Cincinnati. And like I did the breakdown for you guys, if you look at the Cincinnati's offensive line, they didn't have very good people on that line. Like Kappa was the highest ranking run defender or run protection on that offensive line. His grades were above everybody. So not only that, he started out with having Brown at the right tackle until Brown got hurt 3 weeks into into the season. Then they had the big offensive lineman rookie that they had, which I forgot his name. Mims. They had big Mims out there, but Mims was coming in for Brown, but Mims was dealing with a pectoralis injury in his chest. So he had just came back from injury. And he did solid by only giving up he had 4 penalties and 4 penalties and 4 sacks given up. Now, the concerning thing was, yes, Kappa did give up 8 sacks, but he only had 2 penalties. He was ranked highest against the run and only had 2 penalties. Now all you got to do is clean up the with him giving up the sacks. But I think with him having JPJ on one side of him, and I don't know exactly how it's going to work out with DJ Glaze, but DJ Glaze will be in the mix for the competition of right tackle. I think Kappa will be all right, especially if you can continue development with DJ Glaze at that right tackle spot. Now, here's the other question that I have. The one big question nobody's mentioning. Our new offensive line coach is Pete Carroll's son, who was the offensive coordinator for the University of Washington last year. How good of an offensive line coach is the younger Carroll? That's the question. How much of an offensive line coach is Pete Carroll's son? You know what I mean? Like I said, he was the offensive coordinator at Washington last year. So I'm not sure. I would have to go back and see what Washington ranked. Well, you know what? Let's look at it now. Hold on real quick. What was the University of Washington's offensive line ranking in the 2024 season? So in 2024 college football season, the University of Washington offensive line ranked 25th in. Okay. Now I'm starting to understand. Now I'm seeing exactly what. Okay. So last year, out of all the colleges, FBS, the University of Washington's offensive line was ranked 25th in the country. In the run. Let me see what they say totally. They were 25th in the FBS for rushing offense and allowed the second fewest sacks in the nation with only 7. They allowed the second fewest sacks in the nation last year with only 7 sacks allowed. So University of Washington's offense was okay. Now I see why Pete Carroll brought his son here. See, these are numbers that you got to dig into to see why. And not just why did we bring him in here, what can he do for us? And now I see. So to be ranked the 25th best offensive line in the run in the country in college football, because we know there's hundreds of colleges, but in college football, and to be the second fewest sacks allowed in the country, second, with only 7, they allowed 7 sacks all year last year. Okay, now I understand. Okay, here's more detailed information. Rushing offense, the Husky offensive line paved the way for the FBS's 25th ranked rushing offense. Oh, I got another tidbit for y'all too. Here's another thing we got to pay attention to. Hold on, let me finish reading what they say. Sacks allowed, they only allowed just 7 sacks all season, the second fewest in the nation. Joe Moore Award. Amy West Point's offensive line was the recipient of the 2024 Joe Moore Award for most outstanding offensive line in college football. So that was them, though. So they were first, but they were second. So here's the thing I need you guys. This is the homework. Here's the homework for today. And this is something that's really, really on some shit for real. Let me see. What is this? What's this? I forgot which son is the offensive line coach. Which Pete Carroll's son is the offensive line coach for the Raiders? Brennan. It's Brennan Carroll. So Brennan, here's the key. We all talk about connections. Now we see the connections already happening right now. Geno Smith connection is Pete Carroll. Y'all see where I'm going with this. Alex Kappa connection is with Spy Tech along with Devin White. What offensive lineman from the University of Washington is in this year's draft? Let's see what the guards look like. Which University of Washington's offensive linemen are in the 2025 NFL draft? As of April 8th, 2025, Armand Membow from Missouri and Kevin Banks Jr. from Texas are, I know them, considered they're top ranked, but I want to know what the ranking of the Washington players are. But neither is from the University of Washington. Here's more, no shit, I'm not asking that. Here's the more detailed look. The top offensive lineman. No. Which offensive lineman from the University of Washington is in the 2025 NFL draft? These are who we got to look at, because I'm not saying as far as being a top tier offensive lineman, but later on in the draft, if you hear a name called at guard or at center or at tackle who attended the University of Washington, it makes sense. This is somebody that Brennan Carroll has familiarity with, who has worked with as the offensive coordinator there last year. Okay, the offensive lineman from the University of Washington who is in the 2025 NFL draft is Josh Connerly Jr. Josh Connerly Jr. Sports Illustrated reports that he is a potential first-round pick. That's a name to keep, but I don't think he's going to be a first-round pick for us. Hold on, boy. This is interesting. This is interesting. Now here go the connections. Other Washington standout. Sports Illustrated also mentioned that the other potential draft picks from Washington, including Emeka Egbuka. No, that's is that another Egbuka? No, that's Ohio State. Oh, but I'm talking about last year. So what's his name? Hold on. Josh Connerly Jr. Let's see who this young man is. Josh Connerly Jr., 21 years old. Let's see what his measurements is. Was he always at? Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. That's not right. Is it? Or he must have transferred or something? Nah, that's an Oregon Duck, dude. Did he transfer? He's from Seattle, Washington. Oh, they must have said from Washington. Oh, no. Yep. See, I be hating when I try to Google shit. College career. Conley appeared in 13 games as a freshman in 2022. See, that's probably because he was recruited by them, and he's from Seattle, Washington. But that's not that's a no-go. Why would they say that? Oh, they said, okay, the offensive lineman from the University of Washington who is in the 2025 NFL draft is Josh Connerly. That's junior. He's not. They said he's from Oregon. I think they're giving me bad things. I'm just gonna have to look it up. I'll look it up and then we'll talk about it tomorrow. Let me get this video playing. This is what I want to get to with Geno Smith, man. He, like I said, he made a lot of good points and told us a lot what to look forward to. Let's go. Got it on mute.
It sure does. Well, hey, man.
All right, let's get it.
off the tongue. I
Nice
like
ring
it.
to it.
It does. It sure
me
does.
know
Well,
if
hey,
y'all
man,
can
first
hear
off,
it.
congratulations. An exciting day for you, an exciting day for us, an exciting day for the entirety of the Raider Nation. I'll start here.
For entertainment and educational purposes only. This is what we doing. Reaction.
What have the past few weeks been like for you, man? Because we look at the offseason program starts tomorrow. You're here today.
Yeah.
Obviously, everything that's gone in. Like, what has it been like to be Geno Smith as of late?
Man, sticking to the routine, working. I've been training. I've been down there in South Florida working with my trainer, Dr. Reef. He always does a great job with us, and we've been down there getting after it, man. It's been super hot. Shoot, man, I've been, I got the six-pack back. I'm feeling stronger than ever. Body's feeling healthy. I'm ready to go.
How much of, let's call it, the next portion of time, right, before we really start getting into training camp and all that good stuff, but like how much of this is just for you connecting with the new guys? And you said in your press conference, learning names and figuring out who's who. Like, how important is that for you as the quarterback to be like, hey, I know all 90 guys on this roster?
I mean, that's the important part of these next few months is to, really get acclimated with the guys. Really get to meet all my teammates, hit the field with them, get to throw to Jacoby and Trey and Brock and just all the guys that we got on the team. And, for them to also see me and see what I'm about and for us to start to build this team. Like I said, it's exciting times, but it's time to work.
We saw in that story that Albert Breer put out this morning that JPJ came down, spent a little bit of time with you.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's an important relationship, right?
Yeah.
The man under center and the center itself. So, how important was it for you guys just to get a little time on task? And I'm sure, I don't know if you guys had met each other, but just be like, hey, by the way, I'm Geno.
Yeah. No, I met him when I came up here and did my physical, and he was in here. I mean, I love it. He was in here getting his workout in and, getting ready for the season and getting ready for OTAs. And then, when I got an opportunity to talk to him and he came down to Florida, we got on the field, we got some snaps, we're talking protections. We went out to dinner, had a nice dinner and, really just got to meet the man and get to know him as a person. And, he's a really special guy already. I can tell. I'm looking forward to working with him.
Did he give you a hard time for not going to Oregon?
He didn't. Obviously Oregon and Seattle kind of in the same area. So I think we're cool there. But, yeah, I mean, he's an Oregon guy. You know how they are, but it's cool.
I do know how they are because I'm an Oregon guy. So I'll give you a hard time. I'm going to give you a hard time for not going to Oregon all those years ago. But, you talk about some of the special nature of JPJ and another guy in this building who, I don't know if you've had a chance to meet yet, but it said you FaceTime with is Max, right? Just the embodiment of professionalism, high motor, a dude who's going to get after it every single day. Like, how excited are you to get to be a teammate of his now and not be on the other side and be like, all right, where's 98 at?
Yeah, I mean, when we played him in Seattle, I think it was 2 or 3 years ago, man, he was such a pest out there and just like felt like every play he was like just hitting me some way, just finding a way to get to the quarterback. And I've always been a big fan of his. We were on the field when we were playing against one another. We were kind of laughing and joking with each other. I told him, you're not going to get a sack today. He's like, I'm coming, I'm going to get to you. And he played hard the entire game. I was really, really impressed by that. Then to get a chance to meet him, to see the type of guy that he is, that's the way we want to lead this organization. That's the type of stuff you want to lead in your organization. A guy who's going to work and going to play hard, be a professional, do all the right things, set the example, set the tone for the other guys, for the young guys. And, when you got a guy like Max, sky's the limit. That's the way I see it.
We've heard so much over the past couple of weeks, about your accuracy, the understanding of the game between the years. But like, what's the portion of your game that we haven't talked enough about? Like, what's one of the things that you're really proud of? Like, hey, man, I can do this, that, and the other, but don't sleep on this portion of my game.
Yeah, I think the one thing that I don't like is that people try to use my age as as a negative thing. But, I've gained a lot of wisdom, but I'm also still very strong and fast. And, if you want to get these young 24-year-olds, 23-year-olds out there on the field and work with me, we'll see who's faster and who's stronger. But, I'm still athletic. I can still move. I'm still mobile. I believe that, I've continued to get, faster and stronger throughout my career. And I'm in a really good spot here at 34, be 35 this year, but I still feel like I'm 21. And, people will see that when they get to see me on the field. They'll see I'm quick twitch. I can move. I can play all the positions, but I'm just a quarterback.
Pete talked about he's talked about it a lot, but he brought it up again today. Just the experience that you gained from sitting in that number 2 chair, and you talked about being that second coach for Russ or whoever it was when you were waiting for your turn.
Yeah. When
When you zoom out now and you kind of look at that experience of having to wait, of having to be ready to go at a moment's notice, like what do you take away from those times?
Yeah, I mean, I gained patience, something that I really never really had in my life. I gained perspective. You go from I had never been, a second string quarterback, or I'd never not played. I mean, my entire life, from the time I was 11 years old, I was a 4-year starter in high school, 4-year starter in college, started out the gate in the NFL, and then you take a seat back, and it was all new to me. And at first, I resented it. I hated it. I still hate it, hate those times, but I had to go through it in order to get to this point. And I thank God he makes no mistakes, and so I'm happy with it.
You talked about, your dude has been in the NFL now for a minute, going to turn 35 this year. At this point in your professional life, at this point in your personal life, like, how important was it to have a clear vision for what this chapter is going to look like? We heard from Pete, we've heard from Spytek, you mentioned Tom Brady being involved in this process too. Like, to have that clarity of like, this is what it's going to look like. This is what we need you to do. Like, how valuable is that for you at this juncture?
It's extremely valuable for everyone, not just myself, for guys to understand, that everyone on the team has a role, and we've got to be excellent in our roles. I took that, head on when I was the backup. Like, let me be the best that I can be for the starting quarterback. Let me give him everything that he needs to go out there and be successful. And that includes competing with him and trying to be better with him at practice. That's something, Russ and I, we always competed. And I thought it made, both of us better.
Competition is key. That's what Pete Carroll told us.
And once you have clarity,
going down,
and you can set the vision, you can set the direction,
we already know
then everyone can start moving in that direction. And there should be no misunderstandings. There should be, no gray area. And I believe that, once everything's black and white and set in stone, you can start to, get things rolling. And I think that's what's happening here. I really see that.
Pete talked about it, and obviously he talked about it as well, just the importance of that relationship in all of this coming to fruition. We've heard so much, Pete's talked so glowingly about you, and obviously you've talked about what Pete has meant to you and your professional and personal life too. But like, how rare is it at this point in the NFL, when you guys are all pros, to have a relationship like the one you have with Pete?
I would say it's extremely rare. I would say, and it's not just my relationship with Pete. You can see the relationship Pete has with all of the guys that he's coached, from Marshawn Lynch to Doug Baldwin to Richard Sherman. I mean, just all those guys. And you can see when Coach Carroll was in Seattle, they all wanted to come back and just help the program, because that's the type of coach that he was. He was a very helping guy. And he's the same guy every day. That's what I love about Pete. He's bringing so much energy. He's so clear in his mindset and the direction that he wants things to go. And when he has a vision for things, I mean, you saw it at USC. You saw it when he got to Seattle and what they built there. And I think he has a clear vision. And when him wanting me to be a part of that is very, very special. And I take that responsibility very seriously. And so I want to make sure that Coach Carroll is making the right decision. I know he did, but I want everyone else to see it.
One thing that I wrote down when I was taking my notes during your press conference was he said, the opportunity to work with Brock Bowers. And you're like, man, he's an all-pro, he's done this and that, but he's got so much room to get better. And part of my job is to help him get better. What a unique situation it is for the quarterback to come in, one of the youngest guys on the roster, has established himself as one of the premier tight ends, one of the best guys at his position. Like, how excited are you to kind of not only work with Brock, but like you said, hopefully take this thing from here and even get it a level higher?
I'm so excited. I can't wait to
We're not playing this year.
That's what I'm here for, is to go out there and quarterback and be the quarterback on the field. I know we do a lot of talking. Thanks for having me on the podcast, but like, I'm really the guy that's going to hit the field, hit the weight room, hit the classroom, do what it takes to be great. And to have Brock, a guy who, again, I watched him at Georgia since he was a freshman. I watched football, religiously, and knew he was going to be a great player. And then for him to come into,
I was running late too, Sacktown,
and I know that he probably thinks the same thing, that he can get better.
Fact, I think
that's what it's about. We're always going to take that next step, and so hopefully I can be a guy that can help him take that next step.
Man, you've been so generous with your time, and you're right. You've done a lot of talking today, so I'm gonna let you go. But I got one more for you. I was thinking about this over the past couple of days, Gino. There's something so Raiders about your journey to get here, right? A guy who's been at multiple spots, who's had to wait his turn, who's been told, hey, maybe not here, maybe not now. But now you sit here going into this season as the guy wearing that iconic shield on your hat, man. Like, does it feel like it's kind of been this long and winding road has taken us here for a reason?
I believe so, man. I believe that, things happen for a reason, and I'm here for a reason.
Facts.
Happy to be in the silver and black, ready to go out there and, again, be a part of the community, meet all the fans, go out there on the field and just be excellent. I mean, it's going to be a great time. I can't wait.
Yeah, and we're excited to have you here. Like I said, man, we appreciate you so much carving out a few minutes for us on a very busy day. Congratulations again. Best of luck. I promise I won't bug you too much this year. We'll talk to you soon, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you, man.
There you have it, man. Hey, a lot of good information right there. I like the fact JPJ and him's already was working out, man. And he went to Florida to work out with him. So they trying to get a jump start on this relationship that the quarterback and center must have. So we in good hands. We got some dogs that's willing to go out there and do their thing. Now I think we got a good quarterback. He's like they say, he's not elite, but you don't have to be elite. You just have to be efficient. See, a lot of people got to understand the difference between being elite. Elite, you can go leaps and bounds and do unordinary stuff to win games. Then you got some that's real good at just what I said magazine. And got some people that's good at managing the game, and all he has to do is work on his turnovers, which I seen a breakdown of it, and a lot of the times that the like half of his turnovers were because that offensive line didn't give him enough protection. He was just like at the last minute trying to make a play because he was getting rushed. You know what I mean? So taking that into facts is the fact that I think he's solid. I don't think he's just a turnover machine. I think it's just those situations when you don't have the protection to make the plays and you try to make a play happen, like force a play, not because you trying to be a gunslinger and you want to thread the needle between three defenders. You're trying to get the ball out your hand because you're not attempting to throw an interception. You're trying to get rid of the ball and make a play before you get sacked. And I know I seen a lot of the video where hands were on him by the defense, and he was just trying to make that play, man. Sometimes you're just going to have to eat it and then take the sack. You know what I mean? Damn. So that's something. It ain't like you got to learn it. He just got to just hold the ball. Hold the ball. If nothing's there, bruh, either use your legs or just take the sack, man. That's all you can do. Turnovers is costly. I'd rather have a sack than a turnover. You know what I mean? So that's one thing I think Pete Carroll is going to instill in him. Chip Kelly's offense is going to be one where he's not going to even hold the ball too long. You know what I mean? It's an up-tempo type pace, not like Oregon and probably not like Philadelphia. But one thing I like about Chip Kelly is his ability to adapt. You know what I mean? He constantly tries to make his offense better. There's some things you tweak. You get rid of this. We don't go as fast. Maybe we'll cut it down in half the time but we'll still be efficient moving the ball on an upper tempo scale, but not too up tempo where we're gassing out, and not just gassing out, forcing because I know he learned this from Philadelphia where he was gassing out his defense. He was gassing it out. The offense was on and off the field so quickly that the defense they're not conditioned to be like the offense. They don't run routes. They don't do handoffs. You know what I mean? They're the defense. I'm talking about the defensive line, the big uglies. Them is the ones that were getting gassed out, and then all the other team is going to do is not substitute their offense, which means that our defense can't substitute to get somebody in there with fresh legs, and then we just assed out. We're stuck. So there's a lot of things Chip Kelly does now that I see him, that he's not a stubborn dude where, no, damn it, you're going to run my offense this way. No, he's going to adapt to his players, and he's also going to create an offense built around the strengths of his quarterback and everything else we have on this team. See, and this also should put to bed that I know Pete Carroll say competition, but do you really believe there's going to be a competition at quarterback? And we will draft a quarterback in this draft that's going to learn behind Geno, the way the contract is set up. And for Geno could be here 2 years and then we can move on in the third year, because once again, that third year of his contract is not guaranteed. So the only guaranteed money is all that matters, right? So $66.5 million is guaranteed, right? So that's what, 33.25, 33.25 per year for 2 years. Because I doubt any quarterback we get is going to sit 3 years. At the max is 2 years. This is what they're saying. Don't forget, Pete Carroll's under contract for 3 with a 4th-year option. So it's going to be fun to see how this unfolds. I'm not going to get too amped up. I'm excited because of the mentality these players have approaching, and I like the fact that Pete Carroll did exactly what he says he like doing, and Spytech. They want to get players with chips on their shoulder. That's your Devin White on a 1-year non-guaranteed deal for $1.1 million. That's your Jeremy Chins. That's your Landon Roberts, your Lonnie Johnson Jr.'s, your Eric Stokes. These are guys that's coming from elsewhere that other teams pretty much, if they let them walk, they gave up on them. Whether it was money, whether it was age-related, whether they already found a replacement in free agency for that position with a younger, youthful player, whatever the reason. These guys that are being shot out, like for us to sit here and I trip off of it, you know what I mean? And I do that sometimes with players. Alex Kappa, same thing. We sit here and shit on them, but fuck it, give them an opportunity. Let's see what happens. Let's you know how many you know they shitted on Jim Plunkett before he became a Raider. They shitted on him. New England gave up on. He was a first-round pick. Went to the Niners, didn't work out. Ended up sat out a year. Took the Renfro route. Raiders snatched him up. And look, won 2 Super Bowls with him. I'm not saying this, and I'm not doing the quarterback. I'm just talking about players in general. Sometimes we give up on players too soon. Everybody doesn't develop the same. Look at Jacorian Bennett. Everybody was ready to ship Jacorian Bennett out after his rookie year. And then seeing what he could do last year. So these guys, give them their opportunity. It ain't gonna hurt us. It's not gonna hurt us in our pocket. I think we got about $50 million under the cap. 50 million with the extension we gave Max Crosby, the money we gave Geno Smith. 50 million we still got. You know we got to spend 89% of our salary cap, right? Matter of fact, let me show you what happens when you don't. What happens to the money of a team that does not spend 89% of their salary cap? If an NFL team doesn't spend 89% of the salary cap over a 4-year period, the remaining money is paid out to players who were on the team's roster during that period. So if we don't spend 89% of the money that's saved past the 89% point is shared amongst the team. The players that were all on this team at that time. See, that's the punishment you get for not spending, because some teams try to be sneaky and want to carry more over than 11%. If you go over with 12, that money's going to the players. So that's why you have to spend 89%. So we're sitting at 50 million. That's not 80. That's not 89%. We have not spent 89% of the money. And just to let you know why I know we're going to go, something big could happen. I'm going to tell you guys this right now. Something big could happen, and I'm talking about big with a large salary. How much money does an NFL team put to the side to sign draft picks? We're going to break down this money. NFL teams don't have a set amount of money they put aside to sign draft picks, but rather, they have a rookie pool within their salary cap to allocate. Let me see. I want to know what that rookie pool is. Allocate to sign in their rookies. This pool is based on an undisclosed formula that assigns a certain value to each pick. Here's a more detailed explanation. So they put a value on each pick. We have 9 picks, and they put a value on it. And then later rounds, we know it's cheaper than the higher ups. That's not $50 million. You know what I mean? We got to spend money. Is the Tyreek Hill rumor true? Possibility. There's only, and the things that match up to make it look like that Tyreek Hill can be traded is 1, this is the last year of his deal. 2, he talked about it publicly. He said that after last season, after week 18. I'm out of here. Now he's since refrained from that because he knows his His agent probably told him, we can't speak like that because that's going to put a bad light on you and be hard to move you to a destination. You got to remember, Geno Smith, I wonder who Geno Smith was working out with in Southern Florida. What's in Southern Florida? Oh, Miami. Who plays in Miami? Oh, Tyreek Hill. Let's see where Tyreek Hill was this all season. Where did Tyreek Hill train this all season, 2025? Tyreek Hill's all-season training in 2025 has been focused on both on-field agility and strength training. And ain't that the same thing that Geno Smith said he was working on? Agility and strength training? I wonder if they got the same trainer. Including sled pushes, sprints, and weighted exercises, as well as core strength work. Here's a more detailed breakdown. I'm trying to put 2 to 2 together because did Tyreek Hill train in Southern Florida? I got to dig a little deeper. I'm getting close to getting my hour in. But yeah, it kind of makes you wonder who exactly, because I know JPJ wasn't just in Florida. Why he flew to Florida to work with Geno. A second-year rookie, or not even a rookie. He's still a rookie because he ain't played a second year yet. But he flew to Florida to play with Geno Smith. Who was Geno Smith throwing to? We've seen the wide receiver, Diggs, with him. I'm sure he wasn't just throwing to one receiver. So it kind of makes you think, who was he training with? Why is this guy, it's not social media, but I forgot what media outlet was. It was a Bleacher Report that was saying the Raiders could get Tyreek Hill or connecting his name with our team. Raider Twine in the building, salute. But it makes you wonder, like, okay, who was he throwing to? And I know these guys rub elbows and say, hey, you should come out this way. I need a number one receiver. We put you with Jacoby Myers. We'll put you with Bowers. And we still can get going. Well, we'll see how the draft unfolds. You can't really pick right now before the draft even starts who you're going to get because you don't know how the board's going to fall. You got if you had Tyreek Hill and then you bring Trey Tucker, now you got 2 speedsters. There's a lot that something's going down. And the rumor is that the Raiders will be signing a veteran receiver soon. Is it Tyler Lockett? Possibly it could be. Or are they working on a trade? We already talked about old boy. Well, he gone now, so that don't even matter. But Tyler Lockett name keeps floating out there. But does Tyler Lockett seem like a number one for you? At his age, and I know age is something that you don't, because number one receivers, hell, we had Tim Brown and Jerry Rice in the latter part of their career. So that's, you know what I mean, something you look at also. Is Tyler Lockett that guy that you bring in to be the X? You know what I mean? Like what? What are we doing? And what is Tyler Lockett going to get? I don't think Tyler Lockett is going to get a whole lot of money. We haven't been spending money like that. The only time we spent money, notice this. The only time the Raiders spent money, big money this year, was on extensions. Think about that. Think about that. We didn't give nobody outright money. Geno Smith was traded for. He had a contract. He got big money in an extension. Max Crosby was already under contract. He got big money in an extension. What would Tyreek be if you trade for him? You would have to give him an extension. Have to. He only has 1 year left. And I think it's only like 14 mil. Hold on. Let me see what Tyreek's contract is. What is Tyreek Hill's 2025 salary? Probably going to take me to over the cap. 2025, Tyreek Hill's salary with the Miami Dolphins includes $10 million base salary. $10 million is his base. We got $50 million left. This is why I'm trying to wait a minute. What's the deal here? $10 million salary base a $15.85 million option bonus, and a $1 million roster bonus for a total of $26.85 million in guaranteed money. So what is and Tyreek is 31. People want to say his age, but nobody mentioned Diggs being 31. You know what I mean? So it kind of make like, bro, but Diggs was 31 and everybody wanted him. Justin Brown, what it is, man, with the Raiders. I see you. Raiders. I see you, man. All right, y'all. It's time for me to mosey up. I'm out of here. Hopefully my other shit work tomorrow. But if not, I got StreamYard for a week. You know what I mean? So I'm back on StreamYard. I might get real busy this weekend, y'all. So y'all stay tuned. Hit that notification bell. Hey, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. For those that don't know, for the draft, I will be giving away 2 jerseys to 2 lucky subscribers of whoever the first round draft pick is. We're a couple of weeks away, y'all. Couple of weeks away. So whoever the first draft pick is, I will be picking 2 subscribers for 2 free jerseys of that player. Also, once we hit 3,000, I will be giving away a flat screen TV. So let's get to that 3,000, man. Right now, I checked. We're at what, 2267? 2267, man. Rising. We need 773. So let's get it, baby. Let's get it. Let's get it, man. Shout out to all y'all. I appreciate y'all for pulling up, hanging out with your boy one time. Y'all enjoy y'all. What's today? Tuesday? Tomorrow's my Friday. So Thursday, Friday, hey, we're gonna do some dirty lunatic shit too. It's overdue. Stan got a lot to say. Stan been telling me behind closed doors, bro, and no, we ain't been doing no puppet sex. Stan been telling me a whole bunch of shit that he want to get off his chest about this team. He said some is negative, some is positive, but he wants to get it off his chest. So I say, little young ninja, get it off, say it with your chest in. So this is what he gonna do. So there might be a show this weekend. We're gonna try to make some shit happen. But in the meantime and in between time, you guys, man, take care, be safe. Let me get this off of here. And always remember, if nobody loves you, who gives a fuck? You feel me? I'm Lunatic Raider, like I always say about this time. I'm out this bitch.